6 million rand was stolen from farmers to benefit a politician and his associates. Unfortunately, this is a story we have become too familiar with. However, the silver lining here is that it is also one of a few cases where law enforcement agencies actually work.
Women's Communication Portfolio Committee has postponed a decision on the fate of ICASA Chair Rubben Mohlaloga following his fraud conviction. Mohlaloga and others were accused of defrauding the land bank of 6 million rand while he was still the chairperson of the Agriculture Portfolio Committee. In a letter to Parliament, Mohlaloga's lawyers said his client has not yet been sentenced and he will appeal any decision to remove him. The committee will continue dealing with the matter until all legal processes have been exhausted, and ICASA prohibits anyone convicted of fraud from serving in the communications industry regulator.
In February 2008, 6 million rand was transferred from a government fund to the trust account of a law firm, and this payment was dispersed largely to Rubben Mohlaloga. Within 3 months, the grant money was depleted, and not a cent had been spent for the purpose for which it had been originally designated by the Land Bank. The fund is managed and administered by the Land Bank on behalf of National Department of Agriculture. It received 100 million from National Treasury. In April 2001, Rubben Mohlaloga was elected as Deputy President of the ANC Youth League, serving under President Mohlaloga. He was re-elected to a second term in August 2004. While serving in his ANC Youth League office, Mohlaloga was elected to an ANC seat in the National Assembly in 2004. He chaired Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Agriculture and Land Affairs from September 2006 to May 2009. From 2013 to 2017, Mohlaloga served on the board of ICASA as a councillor. Shortly after his term as an ordinary councillor expired in August 2017, President Jacob Zuma approved his appointment as chairperson of ICASA board with effect from December. However, at the time of his appointment, he was facing charges of fraud and money laundering.
Formal complaint from the public about the cost of data prices.
Determining that market as to whether it's efficiently priced or not, and if it is not, we can impose some pro-competitive measures to alleviate the burden, probably on the consumers.
Mobile operator Vodacom acknowledges this.
The Agri-BEE Fund is a support program initiated by the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. The purpose of the Agri-BEE Fund is to support SMEs within the agricultural sector who wish to acquire equity and shares in viable and sustainable enterprises, including vertically integrated enterprises, agro-processing in the agricultural sector, and advanced enterprise development initiatives through agro-processing and value creation. During January 2008 in Polokwane, the accused, with the aid of the influential Mohlaloga, who was the Land Bank Chief Executive Officer at the time, conspired and transferred 6 million rand into a trust account of Mohlaloga attorneys. The funds were transferred from broad-based Black Economic Empowerment Framework for Agriculture, commonly known as Agri-BEE. This was done without following due processes, as Mohlaloga subverted the procedures and instructed the fund manager at Agri-BEE to authorize the said payment without supporting documents. The fund manager, who eventually turned state witness during the trial, only received an application for the grant about a month after the payment was done. The said application was in relation with funding to acquire land, livestock and processing units. After the 6 million rand was received in the trust account of Mohlaloga attorneys, the funds were distributed between the suspects and a farm was bought for 2 million rand, as well as the X5 BMW and a BMW 118i for Mohlaloga, who was a member of parliament and the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee of Agriculture. 2.2 million rand was transferred to the business account of Mohlaloga attorneys and used for personal benefit, contrary to what the application stated. The money was never used for the benefit of farm workers and or upcoming farmers, but rather the accused's personal benefit. The group was arrested by the Hawks Serious Corruption Crime Unit in October 2012 after a case was opened at Brooklyn Police Station, culminating in a relentless investigation thereafter. The accused have been found guilty of fraud and money laundering in contravention of the Prevention of Organized Crime Act, which amongst other things prohibits unlawful acquisition, possession, or use of proceeds of crime.
The Hawks have confirmed sentences passed on 3 land bank defrauders, including Independent Communications Authority of South Africa board chairperson Rubben Mohlaloga. Mohlaloga, was convicted of money laundering and fraud. He was found guilty of defrauding the land bank of 6 million rand while he was chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Agriculture in 2008. 2 of his co-accused, an attorney Dingarami Ngwashu and a former land bank CEO Philemon Mohlatlane, were sentenced to 24 years and 7 years respectively. The money was paid to a trust operated by Ngwashu's law firm.
After years of trying to appeal, the sentence handed down in 2019, arguing that the length of imprisonment is shockingly disproportionate to the conviction of fraud and money laundering. The Supreme Court of Appeal dismissed the special leave to appeal Mohlaloga's conviction and sentence. The application to the SCA was for reconsideration of a decision, refusing special leave to appeal. The court ruled there were no exceptional circumstances to warrant reconsideration of the decision. Judge Faiza, in his ruling, said, "Corruption and white-collar crime in state-owned entities lead to economic decline, joblessness, more poverty, and reduced public trust. Unless those convicted of such crimes receive appropriate sentences, public confidence and participation in government institutions would be completely eroded, leading to increased inefficiencies and possible collapse." End quote. On October 8, 2025, the SCA ordered that he begin serving his sentence. His urgent bid to extend bail pending an intended appeal to the Constitutional Court was dismissed by the Pretoria High Court in September, which ordered him to surrender for incarceration. In order to begin serving his 20-year prison sentence, Rubben Mohlaloga was ordered to report to the Pretoria Specialized Commercial Crimes Court. Mohlaloga is serving his 20-year jail sentence for his role in defrauding Agri-BEE, Agri-Broad-Based Black Economic Empowerment Fund.